Hi guys, we are stopping at Buc-ee's. There's a Buc-ee's in Bama. The people at Buc-ee's who make the Buc-ee's signs absolutely crack me up. Uh-oh. We could just bring our bikes, you know, and bike down here and have lunch. Go to Florida, they said. It'll be warm, they said.
Yeah.
They lied.
Totally.
Lies. All lies!
Especially south and east of the Appalachian Mountains, we are all going into or below average.
Hi guys, we are stopping at Buc-ee's. There's a Buc-ee's in Bama. The funny thing is, I was checking our Google photos from the last time we were on I-10, and I was like, oh, there's the Alabama state line, and oh my gosh, there's a Buc-ee's. There are pictures of Buc-ee's. And so then I started looking at our Google Maps real quick to make sure that yes, there was in fact a Buc-ee's, and we made it, we put it on our GPS to stop here. Because why not? We have a short travel day today, only about 120 or 130 miles, so it's just a little over 2 hours. And our check-out time is at 11 and our check-in time is at 2. So we have a little time to go before we can actually check in. And I said, well, I know a place where we can spend a little bit of time. So we're gonna go in and get some lunch, walk Kayla, and the people at Buc-ee's who make the Buc-ee's signs absolutely crack me up. I mean, how kind of them to put this in dog language as well and translate it for them. What are you gonna get?
I'm gonna get, I don't know, something.
You sound so positive about it though. I'm gonna get, I don't know. This is the Beach Express Buc-ee's.
Oh.
You know what would be really cool is if they gave each Buc-ee, like the beaver, Buc-ee the beaver, a different name.
Yeah.
You know, so like you could go and collect them all.
Yeah.
Collect selfies with them all. I mean, I think people do already, but just saying.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. Patent pending. Oh, there's the
Wipe
sun.
sleep from your eyes. Quit dreaming now, the sun is on the rise. And by the end of the day, this dusty room will be 1,000 miles away. Once heard it said in a song, let's keep traveling on.
Oh look, share the rope with turtles. So Mike got the directions this time with the loop-de-loos and the la-di-das.
Apparently wrong though, because it seems like my directions were not that great. I thought she said take the first left.
She did.
It does not seem like we want to take the first left.
Yes, you do. Right there.
Oh.
And then it goes in a giant loop. It has 3 loops, but they're all really part of one big loop. I'll tell y'all, one of our biggest fears with state parks is always the overhangs and the roads, whether or not we're going to be able to fit. So, yeah, it's touching a little bit, but not much. If you can. Yeah, that's good. Slow. Slow. You don't see us use these Lego blocks very often, but we do still carry them for moments like this. This sand is really looser than what we would like. It's much too soft, so we are putting this configuration together. It helps spread out the weight, so while we're here for a longer period of time, it'll still help to support the weight of the RV and spread it out over the entire area as opposed to one small spot where the jack goes. So Mike, how are you feeling about the whole state park campground situation now?
Well, ask me again when we go to leave.
Hey, I was thinking one day we should definitely bring lunch down here and have a picnic lunch by the water. We could just bring our bikes, you know, and bike down here and have lunch.
Stand-up paddleboards.
Yeah, for rent. Look, it looks like you get like a little
QR code.
You even have a tandem kayak right here. Woo! A couple of them, right?
Yeah.
We may have to borrow one and take Kayla out on one. It's been a long time since we've kayaked, but
Yes.
it'd be nice to take her out on one.
It'd be a first for her.
Yeah.
We have listened to the sage advice of Florida man, and we know that anything that looks wet, I think that water is indeed wet, has a great potential to have gators in it. There's somebody on the kayak.
So here we are at the tower, looking around at all these beautiful birds and everything, and we wanted to kind of keep track of the animals that we saw, like as part of our reflection for 2024. We were looking at all the different animals that we found. But one of the things that's a little harder for us to figure out is
Birds.
Yeah, we're not bird watchers by any means. But we thought this would be really cool. And so Mike found an app.
So you can identify them by sound or picture, and you can download the encyclopedia, essentially, of birds for this particular area.
Yeah, so you can download it region at a time. It also keeps track of like a list. You can go in and look at the list of lifelong bird spottings, and it will tell you where you saw the different birds, what dates, and where you saw them. So like we can go back and look at the end of 2025 and see all the birds that we saw on our adventures. How cool is that?
Pretty cool.
I'm so excited that you found it. I just saw a giant seagull that was painted. You know, like a statue.
Yeah, like another quest. I didn't see it.
If you don't see it, does it mean it's not true?
Yeah.
Or it doesn't exist?
That's right.
Alright, no, I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled. I just saw another one. Sorry. I saw another one and it was painted. Oh, you know, if I see a third one, then
It's canon by that point.
yeah. If I see a third one, we're stopping. On the way to breakfast, brunch, whatever. Well, we may want to bring our bikes here one day and ride the bikes around town. Look at this cute little park.
It's cute.
I mean, we could definitely ride our bikes around the park and stuff. I looked it up.
It's a thing, I'm sure. I mean, I knew it was immediately, probably after the first one. You know?
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
You went,
It's a pelican.
see?
That's a pelican, though. That's not a seagull.
That's what I meant. It's a pelican.
Turn left onto
I
North
said the wrong
14th
thing.
Avenue, then turn
Well,
Yeah,
left
but
onto
you've
Express
seen it
Street.
now.
Not a thing.
It is totally a thing.
Because originally it was called out as a seagull, so it cannot be a thing.
It's a thing.
We must see 3 pelicans before it's a thing.
No, I've seen
Take the
3.
next
That's
left
the
onto
4th
East
one I've
Gregory
seen.
Street, then turn left onto North 13th Avenue.
Do you want to know how many there are?
Oh, I'm sure hundreds. Like
Oh,
couple
stop
hundred.
it.
I'm sure it's only 50, right? It's like 75, isn't it?
Well, it started off as 41.
Oh, that's where it began, right? So we're probably in the hundreds now.
We're not. It says now they're expected to be somewhere over 70. Yep. All right, y'all. We have our bellies full. We got a delicious breakfast. What's the place called?
Another Broken Egg Cafe.
He remembered. I actually didn't. Another Broken Egg Cafe was quite tasty. A little bit of a wait to get in, but I would say it was worth the wait.
Yeah.
And now we are off on another adventure. Tell the folks at home what we're adventuring for this time.
We're going to find pelicans.
Woo! Quest accepted.
Oh, here we go again. We're creepily driving into elementary schools on the weekend again.
You make it sound like that's something we do every day.
On quest days, yeah.
The weekends are better to do that, I think, than rather than school days. Do you have any idea how big these things are?
I'd say 4.5 feet, maybe 500 pounds.
They are nearly 5 feet tall and they weigh about 70 pounds because they are fiberglass, but they also typically sit on a 48 by 40 inch, 450 pound cement perch.
Hey, wait a minute, so I was about right then,
Yeah, you were.
if you count the perch.
Yeah. Some of you may think that the reason I like these quests is just because I like the challenge. And, well, you're not wrong. But it's also because of the awesome places that we find looking for these different quest items that we never would have found just doing our daily going to and from the grocery store or things like that. So you find all these unique little treasures, like giant beach ball behind us with Pensacola on it, like this awesome beach access. I mean, we found mini golf. We weren't looking for it, but now we know it's here.
I kind of feel like this is that meme of Gru, where next to the whiteboard, where he's like, first you take a picture of 2 pelicans, then you take a picture of 2 more pelicans, and then you get 10 more pelicans.
Then you take a picture of all the pelicans. Must get pictures of all the pelicans. Well, so we were kind of on our way home, and I said, well, there are 2 on our way home, so let's stop and get those 2. They're like 5 right here at this intersection. And Mike's like, okay. So he puts them into the GPS, and I said, where are we gonna eat? He's like, I don't know. I said, well, do we want to eat before we go home? Well, yeah, let's go ahead and eat. So I gave him some food choices, give him the 3 food choices. He picks the shrimp basket, and I said, yes, that's perfect. There are 2 more pelicans on the way. On top of the 2 that we're already getting.
Just 2 more.
It's 2 more.
Somehow there'll probably be 2 on the way home too.
Maybe.
This is a state park where apparently they actually shut the gates at night. Do you have the code, Amy?
Let me see. Yay!
Yay! We We have the code.
We have the code.
Let's hope it works.
We're gonna test that theory. Yay!
Yay!
Go to Florida, they said. It'll be warm, they said.
Yeah.
They lied.
Totally.
Lies. All lies!
We're not chasing 70 degrees right now.
No. We're just trying to stay warm.
It's trying to stay above freezing.
Yeah. It's cold, y'all.
Yeah, the campground manager just turned the water on trickle out, the water faucet on trickle outside.
I'm a little bit worried we're gonna wake up to an ice rink. Because there's gonna be dripping water and it's gonna freeze.
On the day 4 probability for a decent amount of snow down here near Dallas, okay? This could be a good old-fashioned Texas snowstorm with snow reaching near. Too soon to talk about specifics, but the signals are there, and I am watching it very closely.
Snow in
The
Texas?
storm is also going
Snow
to
in
move
Dallas.
to the north and east. It's
That's not
possible
good.
that we
It's
see
coming
snow
this
in
way.
Birmingham, Atlanta, upstate South Carolina, portions of North Carolina, and of course.
What's this now?
I guess this is how we walk the dog in Florida now.
How many jackets do you have on? At least 2.
A jacket and a poofy vest.
A heated poofy vest, no less.
Yeah, and you better believe I'm putting the light over the hood.
It's cold.
It's cold. Helps keep the heat.
Traps
This
the
is
heated.
a life hack here for you. The headlamp helps keep the heat trapped in my hood.
Yep. Supposed to get down to 29 degrees tonight.
What?
Yeah.
In Florida?
In Florida.
Well, you know what that means.
What does that mean?
It means you can turn the tank heater on.
Also probably means we need to unhook the water and
So-
go off the water pump.
Yeah, we have 2/3 of a tank, so we're good.
Okay.
So in my quest to figure out where the power steering adjusting screw is to tighten up the steering in the truck, because I think that's what the actual problem might be with this slop that there is in the steering. I saw the power steering fluid reservoir and I'm like, huh. I haven't checked that in a while.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then I remembered that, like, when we were backing into this campsite, that, you know, because it required a lot of back and forth turning action and stuff.
Like wax on, wax off. Yeah.
Yeah, that the power steering did cut out at one point. I just thought it was because I was overusing it, but when I unscrewed the little dipstick and I pulled it out, it was like maybe that much on it, on the stick.
So what I'm hearing is, when you're in Wyoming, you hear hoofbeats, think horses, not zebras.
I don't think that the power steering being low is causing this, because even without power steering, you can still steer the car.
Yeah.
And this is doing anything. It wiggles the car a little bit.
Yeah. It's not like we're like, whoa. I mean, I can do that effect for you guys. Ready? No, you gotta do the steering. Whoa. Mike found us this awesome farmer's market, and we ran into a new fan who's gonna follow us on YouTube. So, but we got some delicious foods. Yeah, gotta love that. Didn't get any baked goods, but we did get some new cheeses to try. Yay! And vegetables.
New cheeses, new vegetables,
Yeah.
soups.
Yeah, some soups because it's cold. It's cold here, y'all. Today we're we're headed on a not so fun adventure. It's definitely going to be an adventure though. It's an adventure nonetheless. Today we are headed to take little Miss Kayla to her vet appointment, and this is just a regularly scheduled vet appointment, but it is one of the things I wanted to make sure we included because it is a challenge to all those full-time RVers out there. If you're planning on traveling at least most time, it could be a challenge that you're going to have to face at some point and address at some point. Now, this is just a routine appointment, but she does have some medical conditions that make her vet appointments anything but routine. We don't use Tractor Supply, but I've heard that Tractor Supply can be a good resource for vaccine appointments, and you can access the vaccine records on an app on your phone, which is really handy. Another really good idea is to have like a binder that has all of their most important medical information, including their vaccines, with you, so that if you have to go to an emergency vet or something like that, then you have that background medical history for them.
That way you can get all of their medical needs taken care of.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride.